She's a good girl. Hello everyone, welcome to the Disastrously Domestic podcast. My name's Jessica. I am disastrously_domestic on Instagram and Sugarsticks on Ravelry. And I am also disastrously domestic on Twitter and now Periscope. I don't really understand Periscope quite yet, but I'm having fun watching videos that aren't live because I haven't been able to catch one yet. Yeah, so this is my podcast about my knitting and my life and other like crafty shenanigans that I get into. And yeah, so I guess let's just get right into things. You just saw Heidi. She is now laying on my lap, adorably, getting some tummy rubs. She is our German Shepherd Border Collie mix, in case anyone's curious what she is. We have another monster that is a Maltese Poodle mix, and I need to get her on camera because she actually does not like me. I love her and she's so cute, and every once in a while she'll come snuggle with me, but for the most part she is a daddy's girl. And this is absolutely 100% true. You people can roll your eyes all you want, but she never forgave me for having Warren. Ever since we had Warren, she's pretty much wanted nothing to do with me unless I had food. But hold on, I'm gonna go get her. But this is Matilda. She needs grooming really badly. You go, she's so cute. And Heidi's so jealous right now. But this is my Tilly Dilly, and she's a Maltese Poodle mix. Don't know if I said that, but there you go. So those are our poochies. I love my dogs. Oh, now Tilly's laying next to me. How about that? Oh, weird. Okay, knitting. Let's talk knitting. Let's talk FOs. How about that? Because I got some. Actually, I have one new FO, and I have one FO from last week that I mentioned was finished. One FO I'm actually not going to show in this episode, but I will show you the one from last week because I said I was going to insert a photo of it and I didn't, so you know. Anyway, this is it. So this is the Follow Your Arrow shawl, the first Follow Your Arrow shawl by Isolde Teague, and I knit it in a gradient yarn. A gradient yarn. I don't know if that's visible. That I hand spun from a fiber optic gradient set. There's like 8 ounces here. And it's so pretty. My favorite part is this detail. Can you even see? I don't know. How it like blooms out into this big flower shape there. I don't know. It's so pretty. It's so soft. I'm pretty sure it has silk in it, but I don't really remember 100% if that's true. So just, and of course it's not going to look as nice now because I'm not in front of the mirror being picky. But anyway, it's so silky soft and I love it. And this was something that I started a few years ago, and it just sort of hung out unfinished, and I knit 2 of them. I should have brought the other one. I showed it in a previous episode, but the whole thing about this pattern that's cool is that it's each clue you have 2 options. It was a mystery knit along. So for each clue you had 2 options, and every shawl looks so different depending on what yarn you use, depending on which clues you use. You know, I don't know, I didn't do the math to figure out how many different combinations you could do, but it's a lot. My husband can tell you because he's a big old math nerd, but I'm not. Nope. So that's this. It's so pretty. Lace just really makes you feel when you finish a lace project, it really makes you feel like you're a like knitting superstar. It really does. Even really simple lace, I feel like when you finish it, it just looks so pretty, and people see it and they're like, oh, you knit that. And I'm like, yeah, I totally knit that. Yeah, so. Yay, FOs! Now the second FO, I can't show. You'll see that other FO in the next episode, so yay. But one FO, I'm kind of glad I didn't show this last week so that I had an FO for this week. Let's talk about whips. Whips. I showed a long time ago a pair of Jaywalker socks that I was knitting out of my hand-dyed yarn. And I was determined to finish them, and I pulled them out, and then I decided that I really didn't like the Jaywalker pattern. I just wasn't having fun anymore. So I finished a different sock with that yarn. I frogged and cast on the Gentleman's Fancy sock. It's a pattern by Nancy Bush in the Knitting Vintage Socks book. So this is kind of a disjointed ribbing type pattern. And I did an afterthought heel. Boop, boop, boop. And I knit a little shorty sock, which kind of mad at myself for because this was hand dyed by me, and I should have really like made a taller sock. But I just really wanted them to be done. So I have one, and I have not started the other in true Jessica form. So that's my first sock whip. Second sock whip is the Blueberry Waffle socks. And this is the yarn I'm using. This is knitted wit yarn in some colorway that I don't remember. And I made myself, oh, let me show you. I made myself this cute little needle cozy because I've been seeing these around everywhere, and I had this Walking Dead fabric saved up. If I made more, I would use interfacing, but it is what it is. It works. So it's a Blueberry Waffle sock, which is usually knit in a DK, but with some finagling you can do fingering weight. And this is all I have. I was knitting these on the ferry to Bainbridge Island last weekend, which hopefully I will have uploaded my Bainbridge Island adventure video. Who knows? So that's another sock, and this is all I have, first sock. And I'm so excited about my needle cozy. I just really am. Can I show it again? I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay. I have another sock whip. As many already know, there is a knit along going on right now in the Fawn Knits Ravelry group and the Pin Feathers and Pearls Ravelry group. Ravelry is kind of a hard word for me to say. Anyway. And it is called the Cookie Jar Cal. And the whole premise is that you knit a pair of Cookie A socks. So I am knitting the monkey socks. So that is what they look like so far. I did, how many repeats of the pattern? I did 4 repeats of the pattern for the leg portion. And then I did an Eye of Partridge heel. And you can't really see the pattern too well because this yarn is extremely variegated. But I don't care. It's still cute. This is Madeline Tosh in the Electric Rainbow colorway. And oh my god, this color. I want to eat it. It's just so good. It's so good, this color. Look at this. Can I live in this color? Can this color be my life? It sings to me. I need a shirt. I need a sweater out of this colorway. I need a hat out of this colorway. I need underwear out of this colorway. No joke. I'm in love with this color. Yeah. It's good. It's good. So I'll finish these, I think, by the end of the cow. I'm not really a fan of top-down socks, although this went really fast. I feel like maybe I am a fan of them, after all. I'm gonna stop saying I'm not a fan of things, because when I start knitting them, I feel like it's fine. One thing I will say about these is I'm using a size 1, and I tried them on and they took a little bit of wiggling to get on, but they were comfortable once they were on. So, I don't know. I don't want to rip it out. And I've knit monkeys before, and my first pair of monkey socks was one of the first socks that I ever knit, and they turned out really big on me. So I'm like, okay, I guess they're either going to be too big or too small. But I don't think they will be too small. I think that they'll just be one of those socks that I have to wiggle into. Yeah. I have very narrow feet, so I think that contributes to the problem. Because there's not a lot of stretch because they're narrow, right? So, sorry. Allergies. Allergies. Okay, so that's 3 socks that I've shown you. I think that's all the socks that I have to show. But I do have the sockhead hat to show. I've been working on this for a few weeks now, and I'm using Manos del Uruguay Alegría in pretty rainbow colors. Notice a theme with what I like, rainbow. And I have actually made considerable progress on this. I'm pretty close to doing decreases, I think. Let's put it on. So, yeah, I'm starting decreases. There it is. I'm doing this really cool textured eyelet pattern. And I borrowed that from the Ville de Smer shawl by Wool and Vine Yarns. And it's great. I don't know what more to say. It's wonderful. This yarn is so super soft. I just could not put it on my feet because it was so soft. But here's a close-up view of what that textured pattern looks like. Doo, doo, doo. I like how it looks like little, like, bobbly nubbins. I don't think I'm gonna block this because I know when I blocked my Ville de Smer shawl that they kind of flattened out. Not a lot, like they were still textured, but I really like how, like, nubby these look. Like little bobbly thingamajiggers. I don't know. Super cute. Can't wait to finish it. I think this will be done this weekend. And I have a cute progress keeper on here. It's actually just a charm. Can you even tell what that is? It's just a kid's charm from like a toy store that I found. And I stuck it on there so that I could tell where the beginning of my round is, because once I start doing decreases, I'm going to have a ton of stitch markers, and it'll be hard for me to remember which stitch marker is my starting of the round, so I put that near the start of the round. For that purpose. TMI, TMI. Okay, so that's my sockhead hat. I have knit, this will be my third sockhead hat. I love them. They work really well with dreads. So what else? I have the Enchanted Mesa sweater still on the needles. And it looks no different. It will take me no time at all to finish this. And I got the yarn because I had run out of the gray main color. I got the yarn. I have it. So I just need to do it. Haven't done it. Okay. That is the Enchanted Mesa by Stephen West. Other sweaters I do have progress on. I am working on the Honeybee Cardigan by Laura Chow. And it's out of this Knit Picks Preciosa in Canary color. And I made it through the ribbing. And I have started the lace. Oh, OMG. Oh, look at the bees. Oh my gosh. What? It's so lovely. I am so excited about this. I love it. I just cannot wait to put this thing on my body. Get on my body right now. Knitting elves need to visit and knit this for me in my sleep so that it can get done faster. 2 out of the 6 rows for this repeat really slow me down. It's not that they're hard, it's that you're casting on stitches and then on the return row you're knitting those cast on stitches, and it kind of slows me down a little bit because it's a backward loop and I'm always slow knitting into backward loop cast ons, so whatever, it's fine. Oh, I just want to wear it. Oh. It's so beautiful. Okay, so that's that. I was really happy that I had some non-ribbing progress to show you on that one. Next thing, I have a lot of whips right now. I gotta calm down with the whips. I cast on the Knit and Slide shawl by Stephen West. I'm using a lace weight with a fingering weight. I have my cool alien charm on the right side so that, you know. Do you guys believe in aliens? I do. So it's a really cool garter variation stitch pattern. So I'm using 2 yarns together, and I had a hell of a time trying to figure out what yarns to use. I had complete different plans. I showed different yarns in a previous episode that I was planning to use, and I changed them completely. So I'm using this. I think this is a Malabrigo. Could be Tosh. With this, which is an alpaca lace weight that I've had in my stash. So both of these were stash yarns, which is good. And I think for my third color, I'm going to use a green. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So far, so good with these two. I tried like 10 different combinations. And I knit to like this point every time, which is quite a few stitches. But really easy pattern, really enjoyable. This might go on the plane with me when we fly to Chicago in a few weeks. So there's that. And I think that's about it for my whips. I lied. That's not it. I have my mitered square blanket, my Cozy Memories. So yeah, I do have some news regarding that. So I showed this last time. It's a square. I washed and blocked this because I'm done with this. I'm gonna turn this into a pillow. I have a few squares that are different sizes, and I was really enjoying the bigger squares. And I thought it wouldn't bother me to have all these little tiny squares. And I didn't want to rip it out because the bigger squares are big because they are special yarns that I really, really, really like, or were dyed by myself, such as this one. So I didn't want to rip it out, and I didn't have any more in my stash to start over with those. So I decided this is like kind of a perfect size for a pillow, and I always have to have a pillow behind my back on our couch because it's a vintage couch that belonged to my Aunt Isolde, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world for your lower back. Otherwise it's fine, but just the lower back I always have to have a pillow, so I thought this would be much nicer than the pillow from my bed, right? So that's going to be turned into a pillow. However, I did restart another Cozy Memories blanket. And here it is. I hope the whole thing is in frame, and it is. So I have, what, 12? Something like that, squares in here. And I'm doing an X pattern. So see how my rows, or my little lines in the middle, are kind of radiating from that center spine? I'm gonna make it like an X, so right here there's gonna be going this way and this way. But I want my center to all four be self-striping yarns, and I don't have any more in my stash, so I'm waiting to start going in this direction until I have those. But yes, so excited. So excited. I did buy some mini skeins, which I will show now, I guess. I have, so there's this one. I couldn't wait. I got them in the mail and I couldn't wait to put them in. So I got this one and this one from Brew City Yarns. Those are 2 skeins from their Welcome to Night Vale mini skein collection, and I'll show you the rest of them. So there's this one from them, and this one's called Desert Bluffs, They're the Worst. And this one is Station Management. I can't remember what this one's called. Hiram? Maybe. I don't remember. I'm bad. And then my favorite one. All Hail the Glow Cloud. It's bright green with red and sparkle. So there's those, plus the 2 that I put in the blanket. I love them so much. They're so awesome. And then I have a collection from Fishnets, which is this one called Morning Glory Cloud. And this one is called St. Elmo's Fire. There's this one, which is called Green Flash, Devil Wind, Santa Annis, and Sprites, Jets, and Elves. And I have a few more of these, of both of these sets, but I stuck them in the package for my swap partner, whoever that ends up being, because I didn't have tin skeins to give away. So I thought, now they get some nice, pretty, brand new, super squishy and nice. So I'm not going to show those because I don't want to spoil anything in case they watch. Who knows? I don't know who they are yet, so. But yes, I am in mini skein heaven! Ah! So anyway, I'm very excited about the mitered square blanket, and I don't want to knit anything else. It's really, really hard. I've had to stop myself from knitting on them. Those squares, they're so, so fun. So yeah. That's all for knitting. I don't have any sewing. I've been really bad. I do want to finish my dress, but you know, we've had people working on our drywall. They're finally fixing the holes in our walls, which is really nice. But I don't have any space to sew right now. And there's lots of dust everywhere, and I just don't want to get my fabric all dirty and dusty, so I haven't been doing that. Hopefully I will finish it soon. But I did want to have a little talk about my costumes. So let's talk cosplay. I will be attending Anime Central in Chicago. It's the weekend of May 20th through the 22nd, I want to say. And we weren't originally planning to go to this, so it's a little crazy. And I can't go without a costume. So I have been in love since I first saw the movie stills for the Suicide Squad movie. I've been in love with Harley Quinn's character design for that film. Like, really. Because she kind of looks like a feisty roller derby girl, and I kind of wish I could be a roller derby girl. We won't go into it, which is going to be a little cray. So that's happening. And then I have ordered pink and blue dye for the tips of my pigtails. So this is Pretty Flamingo. It looks orange in the tub, but it's a it's a pink. Kind of maybe a little on the coral side, but that works better for my skin tone than like bubblegum pink. So, and I also have a blue that has not arrived yet, but it's supposed to come. I ordered it on Amazon Prime. So I will be bleaching my hair, toning my hair, and then dyeing the tips. Sounds like a lot. It sounds like it could be damaging, but keep in mind that these Manic Panic dyes are actually not very damaging to your hair. The only thing that's really going to be rough on my hair is the bleaching. But since my hair's dreaded and I have so much like up here going on that hasn't been bleached, like that's the foundation of my hair, so it's not going to damage that too much, and that's what matters, and my hair's not going to fall out, and it'll actually make my dreads tighten up a little bit. Which is good, that's what you want. So, too much talking about my hair right now, and if you've turned off, that's totally fine. Whatever. So yeah, sounds like a lot of work, and it is going to be a lot of work, and I apologize to my husband who's going to have to help me. But I got in the mail her little booty shorts. Okay, so these look so small. So I opened this package and I was like, oh, you gotta be joking with these right now. They are handmade by someone on Etsy. Dilly Duds, I believe, is the Etsy seller. And seriously though, they fit. Like there's, I'm a petite girl. I'm, you know, I can shop the kids section. Like I'm small. I do have a booty on me though. So I saw these and I was like, but I tried them on and they totally fit. They're super stretchy. Amazingly, they fit. And they're perfect. They're perfect for the costume. They're just, couldn't ask for better for those. Fishnets. And then I also procured a close enough replica of her top. The sleeves on hers are longer and these stripes are bigger. But whatever. Daddy's little monster. Because Harley's got daddy issues. So do I. Whatever. Don't we all? Don't we all? So I'm very excited, and I will actually wear this, like, out and about. So, yeah. I have the blue dye coming. I need to craft myself some things, some little details for the costume, but for the most part, I could actually use what I have right here and feel like I am in costume. There are just a few things that I want to add. I need to get her belt. I need to make her, she's got a necklace that says puddin' on it. That's what she calls the Joker, puddin'. So, because she's in love with the Joker. So she has like a choker that says that, and I'm thinking I'm going to use polymer clay to make the letters, because they're quite large. I'm not going to be able to find this affordably out of like actual jewelry. So I am going to make it out of polymer clay. I think that's the best way to go. And then she's got a belt, a spiky belt, and I think she's got some spiky bracelets. I ordered goth makeup because she's Harlequin. She's supposed to look like a pale, like clowny thing, cute little thing. So yeah, I am very excited about it. I'm also very nervous. I'm always nervous about costuming. Because while I like this aspect of it, like the planning stages and the creation of costumes, I feel a little weird when people stare at me. And yeah. My brother-in-law's girlfriend, Curry. Hi Curry, if you're watching. You're probably not, but I love you. She does some amazing cosplays, and she's like really into it and like, you know, awesome, and I'm just not. I'm good at the creation of costumes. I'm a skilled sewist. I'm a skilled details person. Like I notice little details and I make sure that I include them in my costumes usually as best I can. But yeah, no, the whole like posing, like I feel so awkward. But yeah, no, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna wear that, and God willing, I won't make a total arse of myself. Yeah. But Anime Central is a lot of fun, and if you're in the Midwestern region of the United States, you should check it out if you're into nerdy stuff. And it's an anime convention, but like I said, I'm cosplaying as a Batman character, so you could totally find, there's lots of comic stuff, there's lots of just pop culture in general. If you're into Japanese culture or even like Korean culture, K-pop, Korean dramas, there's something for all nerds at this convention, and I'm so glad I get to go this year. Yay! And I'll also get to see friends and family that live in Chicago, so that's exciting as well. So, Was that a crazy episode? I don't know. I feel like maybe you guys don't care about my costumes, but this is my podcast and it's a big part of my life right now. So, yeah. Shalon, shalaf. Shalon, shalaf. Shalon, shalaf. Okay. I forgot to record this segment and I really meant to, and I finished recording and then I realized when watching another podcast they were showing something that was relevant to this that I am going to talk about, and that is stitching, needlework. I have picked up my needlework projects again thanks to Sue of the Legacy Knits podcast. She's been working on a lot of cross-stitch projects and it has been inspiring me, and I'm like, I'm gonna start working on my cross-stitch projects again because I've been doing cross-stitch for a while now and I really enjoy it, but I just haven't done it. I have a lot of like half-finished kind of things going, so I figured I would go ahead and show them here. And yeah, so new segment, needlework. Now I mainly do cross stitch. I am also interested in other forms of needlepoint. I do freeform embroidery as well, but cross stitch is pretty fun. So what I'm going to show you is this pattern called Harvest Keeper by Plum Street Samplers. And I started this around Halloween time. You can see it's like a little witch. Kind of like a witch. It's like true witch, not like warts and green skin witch. I really like witchy stuff. I do like stereotypical witchy stuff, but I like kind of more like Earth Mama witch stuff too, wise crone woman type things. And of course this has bees, because I love me some bees. I've mentioned before my aspirations to be a beekeeper, and I have learned that in Seattle city limits, beekeeping is permitted, chickens are permitted, as are goats. Goats. So anyway, enough showing you the pattern. How about I show what I actually have completed? So there's what I have so far. Not much, but I really love it. And you can see all my lines from my hoop, because this is bad. This is really bad. You're not supposed to leave cross-stitch projects or embroidery projects in general on the hoop for extended periods of time, because the longer you leave it on, the more ingrained these lines become and the harder they are to remove. I had this on the hoop since October. Eek! So this, I might actually have to block this, like with blocking wires, to get those out. I really don't know. I'm nervous about it, but I don't know. I always soak my things, and I know that some people don't. I always do. And I use a lot of hand-dyed threads, and I've never had a problem, but I do always put vinegar in my water. So there's that. And I'm using a mixture of DMC floss and some pretty fancy threads, I like to say, from the Gentle Art. They're my favorite. I love the Gentle Art. They're not the cheapest out there. I'm pulling them all out right now in case you didn't know what I'm doing. But they come packaged like this. And I put my the ones that I've started to split, because you only use 2 threads at a time. I started to split and I put them up here, and then I put the rest down here. but I got these, I just think they're so pretty. It's just like buying hand-dyed yarn versus other yarn. So that's really hard to see. Of course, like, I've been using these, so they're not wound up as pretty. This one is. I haven't broken into this one yet. Yeah. But yeah, I love the Gentle Art thread. I've also used Weeks Dye Works thread. Ooh, so pretty. But these are my favorite. I like the Weeks as well, but these are my favorite. And the rest are just DMC. Not as pretty. So I've been working on that, and I've been very good, and I've taken it off the hoop every day. And I'm not gonna put any more permanent lines like this because that is gonna be a pain in the booty. One thing that I'm thinking about with this, and I probably won't change it. If you see, there are acorns on there. And acorns are adorable. Don't get me wrong. I have a peanut tree nut allergic son. So I kind of like, I feel weird doing things with nuts, like, you know? I don't know. And it's silly. It's kind of crazy. I know it's crazy, but... And the thing is like a lot of tree nut allergic children don't have issues with acorns, and like I know a lot of schools do like arts and crafts and things with acorns, and a lot of times nut allergic children don't have a problem with them, with acorns. Some do. Don't risk it if you're worried, but like some do. Yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking maybe I might exchange the acorns for some red leaves. Like use the same leaves there, like just flip them. I don't know. Can't decide what to do there. Yeah. I'll probably just do acorns. I don't know if I don't know if I'm willing to change those out too much, but to take the time. It would take time. But yeah, so that's one project that I am working on. I have an upcoming project that I actually ordered fabric for. I got this on my trip to Bainbridge Island, which there's a video of on YouTube. It's an island near Seattle. Very cute, very cute. It's actually one of the places that we're thinking about buying property. But we're not to that point yet. We're not ready to start looking yet. But it's on the list. It has very good schools. It's very nature-y. I don't know. So this is what I found. I found it at Church Mouse Yarns, which is the local yarn shop and needlepoint shop on Bainbridge Island. That's the company that made it, the Posy Collection. And it is this adorable Bainbridge Island cross stitch. It is so awesome. And it comes with fabric, thread, and needle. But I don't like this kind of thread. Not thread. Thread's thread to me. But I don't like this kind of fabric, this Aida. No bueno. So I ordered an even weave, hand-dyed, kind of like a gray color, because I thought that would go really well. And, you know, Seattle's pretty gray most of the time, so I thought it would be appropriate. So yeah, I can't wait to start this. And I asked them if they had other, like, local Seattle or Washington locales in the same kind of series, because I thought it would be really cool to just do a Washington kind of an I like it here series. But they said they didn't know, and I actually looked on the Posy Collections website and I didn't see anything else Washington related. So that makes me sad. Very sad. I'm actually planning on designing some more cross stitch. I actually have sold cross stitch patterns. I have a few that I put up on Etsy, but Etsy charges you for listing things. And I wasn't making enough money in sales to justify keeping them listed. Like, I was paying more in Etsy fees than I was in pattern sales. So, not complaining. Well, I am complaining about the fee. I'm not complaining. Like, I made sales, and that's something. So it's not that, I'm not complaining about that aspect. I'm complaining about having to pay for something that I wasn't getting money on. So, I'm sure if you've sold on Etsy, you understand what I'm talking about. But I have them on Craftsy. Oh, I forgot all about Craftsy. Yeah, no. So if you want to see some of my patterns, my cross stitch patterns, I have them up on craftsy.com. I'm gonna have to remember my username and all that to find those. But anyway, I'm not trying to sell stuff. That's not why I'm here. I'm thinking about designing a few patterns for myself. One that I really want is something Sasquatch related. When we found out that we were going to be moving to Seattle, one of the first things that I said we needed to do was go squatching. I love Sasquatch. Okay, he's real. Bigfoot's real. Max. My husband does not believe that Bigfoot is real. And I'm like, how could you not believe he's real? How? Like, how could you not believe that? There are new species of animals discovered all the time. Sam Squanch is real. Trailer Park Boys. I love that. Sam Squanch. All right, anyway. So I'm thinking about designing a Sam Squanch, Sasquatch. Cross stitch. And then I have a movie quote that I love that I'm going to turn into one of those snarky cross stitches, you know, as one does. So that's all for needlepoint or needlework. Needlepoint is a specific type. So, oh, little education. Needlepoint refers to a specific, like, category. So, cross stitch is a stitch within needlepoint, but not all needlepoint is cross stitch. Does that make sense? So needlepoint could also be like things like Bargello. There's there's other things. And then crewel is something different. So there's all these different categories, but calling cross stitch needlepoint is correct. But not all needlepoint is cross stitch. So I don't know if you care, but but there you go. And I only say this because when I started cross stitching, I was like, I really need to know. I need to know. So yeah, that's it for needlework. Hopefully in the future I'll keep adding to this segment because it's a lot of fun. I guess that's it. I hope you got something out of this. If so, like and subscribe. And yeah, that's it. I never know how to end these. Isn't that, like, shouldn't I know by now? Tina Belcher. That's my Tina impersonation. Bye.